Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Brian if you're new around here, but for returning subscribers, you unlock the title of Ultra. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free titles with my videos that you can use and rep around wherever titles are supported. Today, guys, the Lost Ark dev team has committed to giving us more updates about the state of the game and as it's progressing through localization. And today they're fulfilling that promise with their first ever September team update. So be sure to keep it locked here to the channel if you're interested in more Lost Ark news. I played the game several years ago back in Korea. Very excited that it's finally coming to the West, and I'm a bit disappointed that it was delayed till 2022. But hopefully this video finds you well. Hopefully you like what they're about to share with us. Now, if you don't want to hear my thoughts or see my face, that's perfectly fine. The link, one of the links in the description will take you to this post. So I'll mark it as the source tag so you guys can go jump in and read it for yourself. But hopefully you have a good day regardless. Thanks for stopping by. All right, I'm going to see if I can say this right. I definitely butchered it last time. Heroes of Arcasia. Since the technical alpha, we've been hard at work preparing our vast world of Arcasia for players in the West. We know that the players are eagerly awaiting the beta and launch, and we're excited to embark on those adventures alongside you. But in the meantime, we wanted to share some insight on what it takes to publish the game at the scale of Lost Ark in these new regions. Though things might feel a bit quiet, they certainly aren't behind the scenes. So here, let's take a look at some of the things that they've been up to. First things first, localization. As you may know, we are publishing Lost Ark in English, Spanish, French, and German. That's 4 languages worth of quests, stories, skills, items, systems, and any other in-game text that you can think of, and that doesn't even include the voiceover performances. Lost Ark contains nearly 3 million words of English text, and it is still growing, and that's about the same length of every book in the Song of Ice and Fire series multiplied by 2. I really always enjoy, and this is just an aside, different random connections, like, you know, info data in a way. Like, okay, so how many words are in the Song of Ice and Fire series times 2? Like, that brings it to something tangible, because when somebody says over 3 million words, sounds like a lot. I'm sure I wouldn't want to read that all in one sitting, but people do for sure. Anyway, I'll continue. All this text must be translated first from Korean into English, and then from English into French, German, and Spanish. I do want to say apologies to the French, German, and Spanish. English, I think, is one of the weirdest languages. I don't speak it nor read it very well, being dyslexic myself. I've struggled with languages. I studied French I'm a Texas boy for some unknown reason, and I'm very glad I took French, but my goodness, my brother and sister teamed up, learned sign language. They can talk to each other. I'm the odd duck. All right. Anyhow, I think my brother's logic behind all that was that he has a greater chance that his kid would be born deaf than coming out speaking Spanish. So I thought, you know, the kid's he's got his head screwed on straight for sure. So hindsight is 2020. There you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that little story. All right. So those are 3 languages, and they have the same frame of reference. Regardless of the language you play in, everyone will be able to refer to the same NPCs' locations with the same terminology. Arcasia is an expansive world populated by thousands of characters, roughly 45,000, of which we have voiceover and have spent many weeks in the recording studio with voice talent, and have also engineered each sound file to ensure the demonic special effects are suitably menacing. Music plays an important role in the game, whether it's setting up the mood for pivotal dramatic moments, or whether it's a half dozen characters singing a healthy musical number and an ode to Blacksmith getting his mojo back. Lost Ark showcases several songs that have been fully localized, and we want to make sure that our players enjoy a thoughtful, emotional connection to these events. Once the localization text and audio is integrated into the game, we make sure that everything is polished and looking good. The Korean as a language is much more economical in terms of space than English or German, and with it as many complex systems and mechanics as Lost Ark, we rely on our localization QA teams to let us know when the text is bursting out of its UI seams, and it's a complex balancing act to figure out and to how to shorten things and so that they're still understandable and intuitive, and then and when to tweak the user interface to allow for more room. We want you to feel like this game was made for you, and that is what all of that takes time, creativity, and a lot of love. I like that little last touch. I think that's a little bit more PR than anything, but you know what? It is, you know, PR is PR. Infrastructure. Lost Ark has been operating in South Korea since 2018, but expanding into the West has introduced some interesting challenges when it comes to the game's new infrastructure. We've been working hard to ensure that Lost Ark operates smoothly for players in our supported regions. When publishing the game in a span of new regions, one of our goals was to reduce the latency that our customers could experience due to their varied locations. To accompany this, or to accomplish this, we made the decision to deploy Lost Ark in multiple data centers in the North American East and West coasts, as well as in Europe, and that sounds simple enough, right? It turns out that using multiple data centers required altering the topology of the server's architecture, so tech changes were necessary to get everything working with our internal services. It then took a combined effort from both Amazon Games and Smilegate engineers to configure servers across regions for centralized services to make the game run completely new on hardware. On top of that, the sheer amount of services required to operate any given data center are not insignificant. Between game servers, backend services, and databases, there are over 60 different systems are needed in each data center. Not only are these systems needed to be manually stood up, but each has their own requirements for configuration, communication access, and hardware specs and more. We've been working around the clock at Smilegate at both the Pacific and Korean time zones to ensure everything is prepared for Lost Ark and that all aspects of the game are working and communicating properly with the necessary services. Between Smilegate and Amazon Games, we've applied nearly 4 person-years of effort to accomplish this. And that doesn't include the additional time taken to ensure things like customer service, analytics, login processes, and a host of other tech and are operational. There has been a lot of work, but we're excited to deliver this incredible game to our fans, new and old. Now, getting the game in tip-top shape and drumming up all the new builds takes lots and lots of testing. Our user research and quality assurance teams have been hard at work testing and retesting Lost Ark to help squish bugs and test new features and processes. Collaborating with Smilegate, our QA teams have tested over 30 full game builds, and in that time, the team has also verified more than 440 fixed bugs and feature improvements specific to the Western release of the game. Additionally, we've piloted new feedback loops with our user research and playtesting groups to help our production team take data-informed decisions surrounding Lost Ark, which will continue to benefit the game in the future. During testing, we're also we've executed several studio-wide bug bashes while Amazon Game employees are piled into our servers to help test the game on a larger scale. Squashing bugs is dirty work, and our QA teams have been making sure that Lost Ark will be as bug-free as possible. Striker class. All that practice looking into the Moko seeds has paid off. In our Founders Pack Showcase article, some Adepti spotted the Striker version of the Platinum Avatar, and we've recently implemented the Striker class in our version of Lost Ark, which will round out the roster to our 15th class. This class will be playable during the beta and launch. The Striker class is ideal for anyone who feels like they might want to punch and kick their way through Arcasia, but will let the Flying Fist speak for themselves. Strikers are excellent jugglers, preferring to keep their enemies in the air, unleashing grateful destruction with splendid aerial combos. In the attack, they attack like strong wind and equipped with fast fluid movement and use both quick hitting combos and powerful element skills to turn the tide of battle. You can learn more about the Striker class via their Martial Artist Spotlight article, which will be linked to the linked article in the description. We want our players to know that we have a passionate, dedicated team working on Lost Ark, and looking ahead, we want to ensure that our work in the game is clearly communicated. Thank you for your patience and support. We look for seeing you in Arcasia. And hopefully I pronounced Arcasia right, because I think I said it twice or 3 times differently. You'll let me know. So, on that note, guys, I'd love to know what you think about this information. Thankfully, we're going to start getting more team updates from the team. And, I said team twice in the same sentence. It is what it is. Voulez-vous lâcher avec moi? Can't speak. C'est choix. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed the information and news. And if you guys got any thoughts, comments, feedback, and more, please sound off in the comments below. For Ginger Prime, my name is Brian. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you have a fantastic day. Hope to see you in my next video. But until then, take care.
For the clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh, yeah. A little off topic, but I just want to say thank you for providing me a friendly, fun, and optimistic community. Baby.